there I was, testing out potential layouts, and the global economy crashed. So, in recent times, flourishing economy has come to an end, and markets around the world are plummeting. Sounds scary. We can expect a downturn in passengers and aircraft traffic in the near future. Duration 4 days, 17 hours. Well, judging by my experience of other emergencies in this game, I'm not too concerned. If I had no money and was trying to pay off a loan or something, it could hurt. But honestly, I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. It's going to be a little interesting to find out. But yeah, I certainly don't feel like this is going to be a massive problem. Unlike trying to fit this giant terminal into 3 tiles. That is turning into a massive problem. So, as you can see, I've got back-to-back large pads here. And it should be fairly obvious that that's not going to work because I can't put taxiway on the right-hand side. So, this is obviously not the solution I was looking for. When I started doing that, I was thinking, oh, it's fine, I can build a terminal down the bottom and then have remote stands for these, but yeah, the planes can't actually get to the runway, so let's just forget that idea, shall we? I think I'm going to have to abandon this idea of having 2 runways, one for takeoff and one for landing. It's quite simply too much space required for my alternate plan of trying to fit into 3 tiles. If I had runways, let's say, across the top of the map, I'd have huge amounts of space for pads and yeah, taxiways and terminal building and all of those things. But yeah. So the question really becomes, which way am I going to go about this? Am I going to open up the 4th tile and just deal with the slight decrease in performance, which probably I will, or am I going to lose this runway, gain, how many tiles? 7. Yeah, all I would really gain is, let's say, well, there'd be no need for a gap here, so 9. 9 tiles is not a big space if you compare it to here. That is the total width of what I would gain. Yeah, you could definitely have gates in that width, but I still need somewhere for people to check in. I still need huge amounts of security. I think I'm just going to have to accept the fact that I need the 4th tile. And yeah, which way we end up designing this, I really don't know at the moment. How's our economy going? Not a whole lot's happened yet, that's fine. So it talks about reduced passengers and reduced flights, but you don't lose flights from your planner as far as I'm aware. Let's see. 62, 70, 68, 65, 63, and then it tapers off towards the end of the week. Anyway, 56 and 36. Having blanks here is perfectly normal, it's just the auto planner hasn't filled them in yet. And we can see there's still flights available. It's a little puzzling. I'm not sure what the auto planner actually does in terms of deciding when and where to place things, because I could certainly fit things in here. Maybe it only does it a day or two in advance. Who knows? Oh yeah. Passengers. Does it tell me the passenger rate? 3.2. Let's pick this one. See, these are all small flights anyway. Those numbers look perfectly normal to me. It's puzzling. I'm beginning to wonder if the emergency doesn't actually do anything. Like if we were to make this, I can never quite remember how to use this. There is a way to look further in the past, I think. But it doesn't appear to be. Maybe it's this screen. Nope. There should be other things I can view. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. Point is, we're still making money quite rapidly. Like the previous hour. Okay, 21,000 isn't that much, but feels it daily. Let's see if we get up near the 300. Well, we've already passed that. Alright. It's nearly the end of Saturday, and we got 370,000, let's call it. So, did you just see that? We were on 368,000, but the previous day is now only 328,000. Pardon? I'm not sure how that works. Maybe there's some end of day payment, like the supplier purchases or something. I'm not going to worry about it. The point is, we're going to work with a number, and we're going to pick 328,000, and we're going to see if today's price gets up to that as well. Anyway, back to figuring out the impossible jigsaw of how to fit this together. I do love this design and how it fits in with the buildings and everything here, but honestly, it's just not going to work. So, do I want large parts of the terminal up or downstairs? Let's kill Woo. Thank you. Let's go back by 9. This isn't measuring in the large tiles. Alright, that's annoying. They're 4 wide, aren't they? So 36. I've somehow missed the first one. Right, that's fine. Cool. We want to go back to there. Oops. I kind of wish I hadn't done that, because now I can't remember where those ramps were. Ramp. I think it's this way. Okay, let's have a look at that quickly. Okay, for once, it's not a GA flight. I think that's the first time I've ever had an emergency in this airport that affected a commercial flight. I believe it's this one. So it should just go straight to the hangar, that's not a big deal. Speed up a little, it might actually do that. definitely not the blue one. SA-127? Yep. Alright, eventually, there we go, he finally caught fire. Alright. Yeah. I was trying to figure out my ramps. Oh yeah, I think I remember how I worked it out now. I want one somewhere near the bottom for the large planes, but I also want one a bit further up for the medium planes. Whoa! Okay, 3 emergencies at once. The game is being quite nasty right now. What kind of plane is it? Okay, cool. What are we on currently? Let's pause the game for a sec so the auto planning can't get in my way. I would just switch off auto planning for this. And then get out of that view, thank you. Stand is occupied by a delayed flight. Alright, fair enough. How about Tuesday? Really? Okay. So it doesn't assume that you'll ever clear the delayed flight. Well, that should be easy enough. Assuming they're not all delayed. Oops. You. And hopefully go here. Why can't I put it there? Must be planned within 30 minutes of the current time. Oh! Okay. That's rather different to... Okay, that's completely not the situation I thought I was dealing with. Within 30 minutes of the current time, 9:34. All I can do is cancel that one. Okay. Let's hope we don't have another emergency in either commercial small or commercial medium right now. Also, I was supposed to be in planning mode when I placed those. Bye bye. Approximately there. Okay, back to what I was actually trying to do. Thank you very much, game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So if we shunt everything across to there, that way around. Do I need space at the top? Yes, I probably do. Let's leave a room for service roads. And I think a gap 2 will be sufficient. I would like to avoid having planes clip through each other, if at all possible. But I don't know how lucky I'm going to get with that. I'm not going to measure it out properly. I think to have ultimate clearance you need something like think to have complete clearance you need something like 13 tiles of width. I'm just not going to fit that in here, it's obvious. Cool. So that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine isn't a lot. Yeah, I think we're going to have to use the 4th tile. In which case this entire design can probably get scrapped. So let's not go spending that money just at this precise moment. We are in the middle of an economic crisis after all. .8% resolved, and I've still not noticed any significant difference. Cool. One down. I'm a little bit puzzled about what to do at the moment. Let's have a quick look see. That's only using 71. What's their highest number? So you might have noticed I've put a large tower here, which, zooming in, that doesn't even fit. What? How did it give me the option of placing it there? Fits perfectly and then it overlaps. Fine, forget it. We'll put it somewhere else. It may end up here. We'll see. It may end up here, but I think that's going to have the same problem. No, somehow there it doesn't overlap any. Oh, yep, now it does. That. I think it's just zoom scaling. I liked having it here, it can go back. What if? If I run the runways. If I place the runways left to right, I'd have a huge amount of room for terminal down here, but not a lot of room for pads. Unless the runways are at the top. If the runways are at the top, I've got a large chunk of this, a large chunk of that, and all of this to work with. That'll have to do. Okay. I wish you could copy and paste runways and taxiways and things, but pretty sure that doesn't work. Hold out Control, Shift, Alt, no. Pity. It's only half my money. Let's do it. You might notice also when I delete large sections, like I just did a moment ago, like this. Oops, hold on. Let me not hit the fence. I go from the bottom and then delete. You'll notice there's little green pop-ups there telling me I've recovered some money. What's actually happening there is it's deleting rocks or trees or bushes or whatever. So if you're really strapped for cash, just bulldoze everything, you might make some money. Runway ramp not connected. Well, I think you'll find runway ramp does not exist. Alrighty, let's try this again. Large runway. In planning mode. And I think right to left. Ultimately, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, regardless. My theory is you want them taking off as quickly as possible. And if they have to taxi a little bit after landing, that's not a dramatic problem. So, let's see. Yeah. Let's go right to the top. Am I going to have anything coming off the top of the runway? No, I don't plan to. I may as well bunch it right into the corner. And because I've done that, I would then need... Okay, it can't go at the top if I'm doing what I want to do. That's fine. Let's pick that as our starting spot. I had a gap of 2. That's 3. Cool. Ramps. You come off approximately there and approximately there. And I haven't left enough room again. Not even close. Alright, that's fine. Taxiway first will make it easier. 7 by 7. Really? There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, fine. Let's just switch to terminal for a second. That's by 6, isn't it? Yep, cool. Right to left. If I place my runway here and here and then approximately here, let's see if we can make that work. Now I need to get rid of that terminal I use for measuring. Oh, come on. See, I'm already finding the game does that weird little jumpy thing. You click on something and the game's too busy thinking, so it doesn't process the mouse click. Don't need that one there. I need entryways. Ah, right, so the medium runway has to move. That's fine. And what was I doing? Ramps. As tempting as it is to have small planes going off there as well, I'm not going to do that. Not in this airport, anyway. It might be something I do in a new airport down the line. But today, no. Let's not make this more complex than it needs to be, he says, as he makes it more complex than it needs to be. Let's see. I want to go out. No, that's fine. Let's just do 7. Cool. Now the objective here is to turn it into a one-way route. So if we pick the middle of this, it's 13 by 5, so there is a middle. Yeah. Cool. Then medium. Not as close as it wants, really. There should be fine. Is any of this necessary? No, of course not, don't be silly. But it's fun. If I was going to have small flights, they could go from this runway. But I'm not even sure if the game actually handles small international flights. Let's just assume there for the moment. Taxiway. So if it wasn't for a certain series of crises, you would have missed out on all of this, because I was planning to do all of this figuring out without boring you to tears. Because I know watching someone figure things out like this isn't the most exciting part of the game. It does help in understanding the thought process behind decisions, but it's not exactly highly action-packed viewing. Right. I now have a massive amount of space. Let's just pencil things in. If we had... where are we? Car parks. If we had parking and things like that down here, and then had... what's it called? Waste and catering. Don't need those. Fuel. Oop. All of these sorts of things near the entrance. We've now got a stupendous amount of room for our terminal. And then it's just a case of fitting in as many large and medium pads as we can. I think that's the bit I should definitely do off camera, because, quite frankly, it's going to take a long time. But the idea... conscious that this video is starting to look a bit long in the tooth, so I'm going to stop shortly. But the idea... and probably want to separate that actually. Let's go a bit further. Because these only need to be 5 across. 5. Probably not there, but let's just pretend. So let's say it looks something a little bit like this. Turns into a one-way system. I don't even need this bit because it is a one-way system. So planes exit this way, large flights to the right, medium flights to the left, or in some cases medium flights through here. That's likely to change. It's probably just going to cut straight from there. This will be another T-junction. We'll get to that. You leave from here. The big ones land here. Sometimes the medium ones land here. Sometimes they land down there. Come around, merge together, and then get out to the actual airport stands, etc. And this terminal does not need to be that far north. I'm pretty sure we can make this work. I could potentially even sneak in some remote stands up the top somewhere. If I look at medium stands. No, they're not going to fit, that's fine. Small stands would. Barely. They have 5, don't they? Yeah. Small stands, potentially. If you had it hard up against the runway, which you obviously don't want. You could potentially squeeze remote small stands up the top. I don't intend to, but the possibility exists. This having multiple runways thing is definitely not conducive to fitting the most amount of stands possible into the game, but I want to play with it. This is not the most efficient terminal, as I've said on many occasions. Yeah. Our economic crisis is... yeah, it's going. And let's have another look at these sorts of things, shall we? You. Yep. It's not the busiest medium flight in the world, but... okay, maybe there is a reduction in the number of passengers to normal. I'm not sure. I'm not super familiar with the medium flights to know how many they can have. Let's go all the way out to Sunday, Saturday. Yeah, doesn't look like it's that different. And the small ones, like anywhere up to about 12, 14. Usually lower than that. Oh, goodness sake. It's a GA flight. You don't care about GA flights, they can take care of themselves. Yeah. Economic crises. Not that concerning. Honestly, maybe it affects your income a little bit. But we said 328,000. I got 307,000. Yeah, it's... unless you're already in dire straits and you see one of these things, just don't panic. The only one I've noticed where it's actually a bit difficult is the fuel crisis. In the fuel crisis, there's a very simple solution. Go into your operations menu, go to your operations tab. Switch off fuel service, switch off the other fuel service. Wait for the problem to go away, and then switch them back on. Not difficult. It just means you don't make quite as much money for 4 days or whatever it is. Yeah, anyway. I'll keep figuring out these stands between episodes. Redesign this a bit. And come back to you in the next one. Bye-bye.